So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are very happy to welcome you to this conference proposed by the team of Promostyl. I'd like first to introduce Virginie Espérandieu, our artistic director of the interior designs, retail and industrial design trend books, and I, the artistic director of this trend office. In a few words, we are the second trend agency which has been created in the end of the 60s to respond to the ready-to-wear market and the baby boomers creations, you know. Today, now, our main mission is to help brands anticipate the expectation of tomorrow consumers, and to do this, we analyze political, economic, and social and cultural signal. Okay, now I leave the floor to Virginia. Please.
Ouais, je prends ça. Ok, et donc, ok, ça marche. Hi everyone. Today I will talk to you about joyful collective design and how colorful graphics and playful shapes have been designed for group activities. The isolation we have had to face during the pandemic leads us to return to the collective with joy. The streets, as well as all places open in time of confinement, are becoming our playgrounds. We can say that the city is coming back to life. We will show how the tribe of the Communitarians invests design and spaces and by making them more inclusive, multifunctional, and generally more open to others. For this, I will present the translation of the state of mind through colorful graphics and playful shapes, creating a happy therapy design. This universe is destined for the Communitarian tribe, which belongs to Gen Z. As anyone of this new generation, they are concerned with the challenges of their time, which are combining ecology, comfort, and aesthetic to create the objects of tomorrow. They are dreamers which believe in collective and are expecting for a bright future. They believe in the universality, and as they claim to be agender, they share a unisex dressing room. Considering this new way of wearing, Stella McCartney has created the capsule shirt made of unisex clothes. The Communitarians work in collaboration and share their difference, unicity, experience, and specialities to be stronger. For example, the collective La Horde collaborate with people in marge like old people, blinds, smokers, or even teenagers. Gucci Beauty has created a concept of inclusive beauty focused on perfection in imperfection. To resume, we can say that this tribe thinks that the more we are, the stronger we become. To start, we'll explain how the Communitarian tribe transposes its surrounding in design and how working spaces, collective sports playgrounds, social media, inclusivity, or even pets can be sources of inspiration for the designer. During the pandemic, we have been isolated by confinement and home working. Making people come back to the office can be challenging. Designers are inventing new ways of working to make workspaces more fun and more respectful. Yuan Yang, co-working space in Beijing, has been designed by Mat Office, including a mat cellar, a cat cellar, and a sleeping cabin so that teams can socialize and relax. Studio Eislinger, at the top, created a playful work environment at Play Office Joggerminster. And the co-working space Loki by Studio Eislinger regroups a series of unique and flexible zones, such as isolation capsules. In workspaces, the work of acoustic and dividing is one of the main goals in open spaces. Coffee, your left, is a range of acoustic, nomad work partitions by Studio Ponti. On the top, you have wallpapering, which is a system of hexagon tiles in recycled paper that create frescoes with acoustic properties. And Filipino designer Jeffrey Ibanez created Helios, an acoustic panel that doubles as a room divider from Swiss brand Impact Acoustic. Vitra has launched a club office as a response to post-pandemic workspaces. Here we can see the new Alcove Plus panels and sofa system designed by the Burulak brothers, which is a micro-architecture system with new partitions elements, all allowing many configuration options. The growing success of the work office and co-working spaces, but also the home office, creates new expectations in terms of furniture and equipment. Hybrid products are multiplying in this market to adapt to all kinds of places without sacrificing aesthetic and technical performance. Softwork by Edouard Barbet and Jess Gobi is a modular sofa system with ergonomic functions, just at the bottom there, creating an inviting and modular design. Connections Platform's Additions range is a collection of interchangeable modules for creating shared places with open spaces. Light and agile, the modules can be easily reconfigured and reshaped to adapt to space requirements. In terms of performance, ergonomics remains a priority, while the prevention of musculoskeletal disorder is becoming a major issue for the employees. The seat-stand desk is gaining ground, forcing designers to imagine an adjustment system so that users, whatever their morphology, work in optimal condition. Herman Miller's office furniture collection, designed by Industrial Facility, is a height-adjustable workstations equipped with an acoustic interior and can be easily moved thanks to the lightness. On the bottom, you have transforming furniture, promotes physical activity in workplaces with a desk that can easily be modulated thanks to a counterweight system. One of the concerns of the communitarians is to make disabled people comfortable by including them in the most normal way possible of life. For example, designers are adapting products to everyday life for armless people. Included design.ln computer most is wrist operated. You see the Wonderman Thompson's Degree Inclusive, which is an handicapped friendly deodorant. Likewise, design can help in a therapeutic way. Created for autistic people, the Alexia O'Drain's Auto Armchair create expressions which can help for the autistic to be more conscious on their environment. Architects are also reflecting on how playful environment disconnected from the place they know can help mental illness patients. Here you can see the London-based studio project office who used the sea-inspired color and imagery to create a cozy interior for mental health units at the Royal Hospital for Children and Young People in Edinburgh. The Child and Youth Mental Health Service facility is designed to feel non-institutional, to make patients feel comfortable, but also to look distinctly different from a home environment. With the confinement, a lot of people suffering from isolation has adopted a pet friend. In the United States, pet adoptions hit an all-time high in the early months of the pandemic, with requests for foster families increasing by 500% in some cities, which brought the New York Times. As a matter of fact, we have seen a lot of pet-friendly design furniture thinking a hybrid use that can help us with the lack of space we can be faced to. Designed by Andrés Cáceres, Guacal is a cute animal carrier, just here, that can become a stool for human. The innovative doghouse, designed by Ben Hansen, uses excess water from a watering plant and filters it to go into the dog's water bowl. And igloo on top, which is a coffee table that integrates a warm and cozy cat bed into its frame. One of the issues during the confinement was to keep physical activity. Practicing outdoor sport was one of the only solutions we had. There is one sport which combines outdoor collective spirit and street culture, which is basketball. We have observed a lot of joyful designly playgrounds in different cities. This is a way to bring back colors in our surrounding, and especially in the cities. In the Flemish city of Aalst, in Belgium, Catherine van der Linden dressed a basketball court with colorful geometric shapes inspired by the logical blocks child construction game. Stefan Ashpool, creator of the Pigalle clothing brand, has revamped the basketball court on Duperrey Street in Paris with the financial help of Nike. Local designer Yinka Ilori has created vibrant designs for the first public basketball court in Canary Wharf in London's financial district, which features 3D printed flooring. In fashion and retail design, basketball playgrounds have inspired designers for their architecture. For the launch of its LV and MBA capsule, Louis Vuitton has opened a pop-up store in the first men's flagship store in the world, Louis Vuitton Shibuya Men's World Store. The pop-up shop Gucci sneakers furniture display is inspired by basketball courts, just on top, and changing rooms. Same for textiles and ground. Vinyl Allura mimic the look of a reclaimed gym floor. Soleil Wing Young has created for Rug Vista a rug inspired by the basketball court. Another place in the everyday life when we can meet and share is supermarkets. These ones have also inspired retail design, especially for working the repetition in linear. You can see that in Camille Wallala's temporary supermarket in the Design Museum in London. Creating this kind of space for retail interiors immerses the selfie generation in an Instagrammable environment he can relate to on social medias. Retailers are innovating with immersive and interactive initiatives designed to bring shoppers back to the stores post-pandemic. Experience retail is the future. For years, we've heard about the decline of the brick and mortar retail and the rise of internet. However, the desire for retail experiences is on its rise, with 52% of millennials saying their spending is on experience-related purchases. This introduces to the concept of retailtainment. In the era of digital and social networks, physical stores are evolving and increasingly offer differentiating visual and shareable experiences. For their collaboration with Nordstrom New York, Rag & Bone created the deli store where clothes are mixed with sack food and flowers or installed in fridges. Other bespoke seasonal pop-ups inspired by the energy of New York are Coaches, just here, that explores various New York institutions to celebrate New York attitude. Coach reinvests the classic New York laundromat into a vintage pop-up within washing machines, detergent, and soap packaging. The pop-up also features the Coach spa for visitors to bring them their bag to clean and freshen up. Bold graphics and a checkerboard floor characterize the supermarket marijuana store in Toronto, which was created by the brand's in-house team in collaboration with Canadian designer Emily Robin. Street food courts can also be fun to work for designers. Here there is H, which is a modular piece of furniture and stocking compartment by Sun Design, inspired by the multiple facades in the Bangkok shop houses. Javier Iniesta has been inspired by urban subcultures in the layout of the Madrid studio, as they used metallic gates for dividers. Street food as itself can be a source of inspiration as the aesthetic of sushis. Light soy of heliograph is a lamp inspired by the soja sauce delivered with your sushi. Mushi is a computer mouse inspired by sushis. Of course, we cannot speak about collective in Gen Z without speaking about social media and gaming. Designers are working on how improving the use of social media can make the design playful. Logitech conceived a wireless keyboard ideal for Gen Z with removable emoji features. Here, the mannequins from that Handboots created to do more look like today's young population, like curved shapes, multicultural faces with a nonchalant attitude looking at their phones. They can be placed at the middle of the shop so that they can interact with customers. Designers are also immersing us in a video game world with pixelized or vintage Nintendo shapes. The electric car IKEA Hoga, which has been thought for Renault by the student Ryan Schlotauer, comes in a kit from and has an aesthetic inspired by video games. In a second part, I'm showing you the translation of this joyful community living with colorful graphics. We know that colorful environment can make us happy, and we also know that it creates attraction by eye-catching. Colors mostly used for this universe are primary colors, which can be mixed with some more pastel ones. There is no rule on the number of colors mixed together. What does matter is how colors are confronted with each other and how they can create contrast. This contrast and multiple colors symbolizes that all the individuality mixed together can act and work together. We can see that in both Louis Vuitton and Off-White stores with very strong blue next to yellow or red. These color blocks are also juxtaposed with patterns like checkerboards or lines. An interactive installation created by artist duo Craig and Carl Minigolf appeared at Canary Wharf in London this summer. Each volume is drawn in bright colors and together create a cheerful clash of patterns. Yinka Hillary repainted 18 pedestrian crossings in London. Lisa collection created by Do Am Team Korea is a former fine arts administrative office that uses this juxtaposition of patterns and texture to create a Wonderland vibe. Stéphane Frank Berthelot is an artist who virtually repaints Paris during the confinement with his Paris-Memphis series. This brings us to the main inspiration for this kind of graphic, which is the return of the Memphis style. Honored by the Triennale during last Milan Design Week, the Memphis Group has also recently celebrated its 40th anniversary. The Memphis style appeared in Milan in the early 80s under the impetus of Ettore Sottsass and other designers such as Masanori Umeda, Georges Soden, or even Nathalie Dupasquier. At the time, the Memphis movement wanted to put an end to the too wide design of bourgeois interior. Indeed, Ettore Sottsass and his acolytes aimed to counter industrial design and post-Bohos austerity imposed after the war by replacing the chic and sober decorations of the good taste of the time with a highly colorful, eccentric, optimistic, and a slightly kitsch design. The signature of the Memphis movement is a fabulous mix of colors, materials, and shapes. The colors are meant to be bright and joyful and do not go unnoticed. They are inspired by the contemporary art of the 80s, and this is how we particularly find primary colors. The Memphis styles also give pride of place to exuberant patterns. The shapes are playful, asymmetrical, or abstract to bring fun and eccentricity to interiors. As for the materials, the Memphis movement does surprising mixtures. The idea is to play on provocation by associating the unassociable. While he appeared in the 80s to bring madness to an era that was sorely lacking in it, the Memphis movement has been talking about him recently. If it returns to the forefront of the decorating scene these past years, it's one again to counter the too smooth spirit of the Scandinavian decorating world that had invaded us for the several past years now. Today, brands are calling or creating new editions of the big name of the Memphis movement for their collections. The Alessi 100 Values collection includes new editions of iconic Ettore Sottsass products like this bottle opener. For Hay, Soden has designed a household appliance collection, or Nathalie Dupasquier has had a partnership with Multifunctional Ceramic for several years now. She makes wonderful installations confronting her graphic tiles. Determined to fight against monochromatic interiors, the Memphis style brings fantasy back into a world that is far too serious. It is therefore not surprising that the Memphis style is once again relevant and that it can be found in many trendy places such as boutiques and hotels in the world. Camille Walala has applied vibrant colors and graphics inspired by Memphis at the South of Palma Hotel in Mauritius. Poggy Cup is a new concept of street food offering unstructured recipes in a small pocket restaurant. Wall and furniture all follow the iconic Memphis style for an ultra-design retro and pop ensemble. Totem tables, leopard wallpaper, or even board chairs edited by Moustache. The pop-up Casablanca at Maxfield in LA is a set of Memphis-inspired installations adorned with yellow and blue archways to honor creative director Sharaf Tajers in the Moroccan origin. Another source of inspiration is coming from multiculturalism. Some designers have been inspired by reinterpreted wax pattern for their creations. African wax is a cotton fabric colored on both sides who has received a wax treatment which gives it a slightly shiny appearance. It was created in the 19th century and derives from batik. Much appreciated in West Africa and South Africa, the wax is often worn as a loincloth, as a message, an expression to friends, family, or the environment on occasions such as weddings, maternity, or even outings. Maison Château Rouge is a French brand created by Youssouf Fofana, which creates a link between French and African fashion. His store is a joyful combination of stripes, checkerboards, and color block, which are perfectly matching with the wax pattern clothes. Yinka Hilary's work draws on both his London upbringing and his Nigerian heritage to tell stories through design, whether in furniture, textiles, or architecture. Concrete Collaborative has collaborated with Cooler Gallery for creating concrete pattern tiles. Apart from the lines, checkerboards, and patterns, the designers have also highlighted the work of lettering and playful visuals and brand identity. The colored ping-pong table, arranged by Campbell A. and Art of Ping Pong, plays with the vocabulary and iconography of sport. The Superette CBD brand sell fun and playful accessories inspired by supermarket graphics. The new visual identity of the Other Side coffee roaster was inspired by several cups in different shapes and sizes stacked together, which became a subtle reference to the idea that everyone is unique and the way we drink our coffee is also unique. The instant Polaroid 600 camera in Lacoste theme turned into a camera into a square crocodile. Creating your own patterns with different materials or home accessory is what makes the graphic playful. The 41 colors of Pixel 41 by Casalux allow you to create your own motifs and patterns. With the launch of Montana Kits, the Danish furniture brands present a collection of small furniture we can install as we feel to. The Square Organizer system by One Object Design Studio has a simple design. Several slots on one side and a recessed tray on the other. You can match the color and slides and choose how many you want for your personal use. You have also the bespoke Samsung refrigerators that can be customized to match the customer's personal tastes. The front door panel can be fitted in a variety of color combinations and materials, and the product types that can be mixed and matched to best reflect the lifestyle of the user and blend in with an existing kitchen style design. We have seen how joyful the design can be thanks to colorful graphics. Now, in this last part, we are going to see how playful the design can be thanks to the shapes. Flexibility became a top priority with the development of the home office. Graphophobia, an expected office by Geoffrey Pascal, is an assembly of pieces that allow you to work lying down on your stomach. Studio KBB and Tiny Tack Lane made Everybody In, a collection that breaks the barriers of the conventional workspaces. The brand's modular storage system, which look like characters, can be transformed into a desk, storage, or even a bed. Andy Gill's Folds chair transforms into a lounger chair in a second. The lack of space we are confronting to obliges the designer to think of boxable units. Recircle Transform Box by Nozinger and Open Soco Design can be an office desk, a workbench, and so much more. The Yuko bed by Mostagim hides a table, seating, a sofa, and a dressing table. Candy Cubicycle is a desk by Sabine Marcellus that hides its contents inside a light wooden shell when it's not used. When not new. Yeah. The Foldable Stool by Catherine Lee, content flat. Modularity and double-use products are also a response to ultra-consumerism. Here you have Circulab, which is a modular product system that reuses parts of product to create new devices. For example, a hairdryer fan can become an air circulator thanks simply by changing the chassis and removing the heating elements. This modular pencil reduces waste and prolongs the lifetime of your pencil case. you have the modular e-bike Switch Plus, goes from a newborn commuter to an edgy sports bike instantly. Or the plastic structure of the aero bag that collapses and expands to accommodate your necessary luggage. Anyone probably enjoyed playing with Legos in their childhood? Or other similar toys, similar modular block toys during their childhood? Sometimes this spilled over into adulthood, since a lot of these very expensive Lego sets are just for kids anymore. Modular accessories and furniture are also pretty popular right now, and a lot of the designers get their inspiration for Lego as well. The joy of creating this modular design is that you won't run out of ideas anytime soon. Melgeek Pixel allows you to customize your keyboard using Lego-like bricks and minifigs. These desk accessories aim to give you a sense of play, even you are working or studying. Liam Delabbé-Doyer's Lego-inspired suitcase is really to roll and stack like real bricks. Nan Associati created textured furniture for adult Lego fans. Other constructions games have inspired the designers. You can see the sofa Tetris, imagined by Sarah Ayat, which is a modular according to your desires. The BN, which is a modular and customizable table lamp that ensures precise and interchangeable assembly like a puzzle. Designer George Penades has designed a manufactured and colorful store for the Spanish shoe brand Camper in Malaga, from simple perforated metal profiles reminiscent of mechanomodules. Objects can also be playful, as their design is close to toys we can play with, and they suddenly come to life when we interact with them. Momento is an assembly of interactive work accessories, a tape dispenser, a cable organizer, and a pen holder, which swings by Ari Song. Ponty designed 3 kitchen utensils for Homo, including tourists, a donut-shaped tea diffuser that clips into your cup and feels like a children's toy. Or the Korean design studio Designer Dot, who has conceptualized a speaker called Punk, inspired by skateboard culture. Punk comes with a detachable mini skateboard-shaped key, sporting a classic interface that allows users to adjust volume, change the song, and connect via Bluetooth. Or you have the fun sanitizer created by Devising Studio for Aprile and Stone, which look like a toaster. Here it is. To resume, we can say that the health crisis we have been through brought us new energy in creation, thanks to the desire of meeting us again in a colorful and playful surrounding. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your attention. We are open to any question. We have someone in Hall 8, Malaika, where you can read who can ask to all of your questions. You are invited to go. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you, Virginie.